In December 1920, the campus newspaper at the Southern Branch printed a secret about the beloved local dog, Rags. According to the paper, his Christmas stocking would hold a brand new collar engraved with the words, "The University of California," finally replacing his old collar that still read, "Normal School." The mistake was perfect. The campus was officially part of a university, yet it still carried the literal tags of its former identity. The students spent the entire calendar year trying to make their newly assigned name actually mean something. On January 13th, Frosh Color Day turned the campus into an emerald city of green ties, socks, and ribbons. A chaotic freshman band paraded through the halls, carrying improvised instruments and a trap drum, producing what the yearbook called a soulful discord. Even Rags was pulled into the event, sporting a royal green tail. At the start of the year, a university identity was something you could put on, paint, or blow into. It was a costume with a soundtrack. That comedy shared the campus with a harder post-war reality. 175 disabled veterans were studying through a federal vocational program. Looking at this photograph of the military men on the campus grounds, you can see the visible contrast they brought to the student body. On January 30th, they met to organize themselves into a formal class, electing standard officers like a president and a treasurer, along with one highly specific role, a yell leader. By October, this organization led to a serious question of legitimacy. Did these federal students fully count in student government? Did they have the right to vote? The student body answered by passing an amendment to their constitution on October 20th, formally granting the men voting privileges. This diagram tracks the celebration 2 days later, as roughly 200 federal men formed a massive serpentine line, winding their way across the grounds and curling straight onto the stage in Millspaw Hall. Through the machinery of an election, internal belonging evolved from a green ribbon you could wear into active participation. At the same time, the campus faced an external fight. That fall, Californians were voting on Amendment 12, a statewide measure designed to secure university funding. The initial tactic for political education on campus involved setting up a circus, complete with vaudeville acts and a miniature train ride. The campaign soon escalated outward, spilling into the crowded, streetcar-lined streets of downtown Los Angeles. Students organized a massive political operation. They mounted electric signs, dismissed classes to canvass neighborhoods, and dropped leaflets from airplanes. During a downtown parade, they contrasted a dilapidated stagecoach representing the university's current state with this polished gray limousine, showing voters the modern future the amendment promised. Despite the massive operation, the statewide measure narrowly lost by exactly 4,640 votes. The narrow margin explained the wild political machinery. To survive outside its own walls, the campus had to organize highly visible public spectacle. By late November, administrative inclusion had reached every corner of the campus culture, including its mascot. On November 24th, his guardian officially paid a $1 fee to enroll Rags in the campus YMCA. The newspaper published a joke claiming the dog finalized the paperwork by signing his new membership card with a faithful paw print. The shared joke proved that by late 1920, even the mascot had to engage in the paperwork of belonging. That administrative precision continued into December. On the 17th, male students were summoned to compulsory ROTC enrollment and specifically instructed to bring their own fountain pens. On December 24th, this flow visualization shows how the federal class successfully managed a massive payroll, cleanly distributing roughly $14,000 out to 250 men. The entire distribution process took exactly 23 minutes. Right beside the report on this highly functional system, the newspaper printed another shared joke, claiming Rags had spent the week decorating the cafeteria Christmas tree by rolling apples across the floor. This brings us back to December 3rd, and the dog with the obsolete normal school collar waiting for a replacement. The historical archive never confirms whether the new, correctly engraved physical collar actually arrived. The physical collar had ceased to matter. Through a constitution, a public campaign, a 23-minute payroll, and a shared joke, the Southern Branch had already turned itself into a real university through action